Hi students, I am so excited that you are interested in joining the dual credit program at Dulles High School. Today I'm going to walk you through the steps that you will need to complete in order to apply for the dual credit program at Dulles. As a reminder, all students must submit paperwork online and the original copy to Mrs. Warren in the College Center by the due dates listed above and below in order to be considered. This is a first come, first served process, so please make sure you're starting the application today and processing that paperwork and submitting by March 4th. First, I'm going to show you how to access this website. Everything that I'm talking about today can be viewed on this webpage. All you need to do is go to the Dulles High School website, select Students and Parents, select College and Career Readiness, and then select dual credit. And this will give you access to the dual credit page. Alrighty, so there are 4 steps in completing your dual credit application. The first step is going to determine if you are eligible to take dual credit at Dulles. The second step is going to be to apply to Houston Community College and gain your HCC ID number. Step number 3 is going to be to complete your paperwork and submit to Mrs. Warren. And step number 4 is going to be to update your email address in Naviance if you have not done so already. Okay? So moving into the steps, the first thing I want to talk about are the classes that are offered at Dulles High School. So currently for the 2022-2023 school year, Dulles High School offers English 1301 and 1302, which is your English 4A and B. Okay? We offer these classes at Dulles High School during the school year. Students may also opt to take summer courses at Houston Community College through the dual credit program. The classes you have the option to take are government and economics and sociology and psychology. Alrighty, so beginning with step number 1, you must determine your eligibility. In order to sign up for dual credit English at Dulles High School, students may be eligible based off of their EOC scores, PSAT, SAT, or ACT scores. The first one would be your EOC score. You would need to have at least a 4,000 on your English 2 EOC. For your PSAT scores, you would need to have at least a 460 on your English-based reading and writing. SAT will be a 480 on your English-based reading and writing. And for ACT, you would need a composite score of a 23 and a 19 on the English section. So again, that is just for eligibility for English dual credit. If you are interested in taking economics over the summer, you would have to be TSI ready for reading and writing and math. For government, you would just need to have the English, so you would need to be TSI ready for your English. And for any of your sociology and psychology courses, you would just need to be eligible using your English scores again. So that would be your EOC English 2, your PSAT English-based reading and writing, and so on and so forth. Once you have determined you are eligible to take dual credit classes, the next step would be to apply to Houston Community College. Right now, I'm going to take you through the steps on how to complete your application to Houston Community College through the Go Apply Texas website. You may access the Go Apply Texas application through the dual credit DHS website by clicking on this link, or you can simply type in goapplytexas.org. Okay, so again, that is goapplytexas.org. Your page will look similar to this. For all of my first-time users, which is going to be most of you guys, you are going to click Get Started. You will enter in a username, an email address, so a personal email address, and a password. You will have to sign up. You will receive an email to verify your email address, and then you will be eligible to log into your Go Apply Texas account. Okay, so today I'm going to take you through the process on how to submit that application. The first step that you will need to take is to click on Start and Edit Your Profile. The profile is 10 pages long. It includes your name, background, citizenship, your permanent address and physical address, phone numbers, emergency contact, high school and secondary school information, your college history, and your Texas residency. You must complete all 10 pages before you can start an application. Make sure that you are reading the questions appropriately and answering them appropriately. You will need to include your social security number when you are applying, even though it does not have a red asterisk next to it, which indicates it's required. For your application, it is required. Okay, so please make sure you're finding out that information to submit your application. You will go through each page and complete. Again, just answering correctly. This is your permanent address. If your permanent address is different than your physical address, then you will enter in a physical address. If it is the same as your permanent address, you can leave these fields blank. It will ask you to enter in some emergency contact information. It will ask you to enter in Dulles High School. You have not taken any college courses yet, so you would not include anything there. And then this is your residency information, and then you are done with your profile. The next step would be to start and edit your application. So this is where you are going to add Houston Community College. You will simply click on Start a New Application. You will select 2-year community college, and then you will select Houston Community College from the drop-down box. Your application type is going to be dual credit. Your semester is going to be either summer or fall, depending on when you're planning to start classes. If you're planning to start summer classes, you would select summer. If you're planning on just taking English dual credit, you would do fall. You would then choose a first choice major. You can choose really anything. I suggest just choosing liberal arts and humanities for right now. And then you are going to proceed to the application. You will now see that your application has populated on your application page. There are 2 pages that will need to be completed. The first one is your dual credit questions, pages 1 through 4. The second is your questions specific for Houston Community College. You will first click on the dual credit questions, and you will answer pages 1 through 4. Again, just answering to the best of your ability. Please note that it only requires page number 4. You do not have to complete the next 4. And then you will click Done. Going back to your application, it's not ready to submit yet because you still need to do your questions specific for Houston Community College. Your home campus is going to be the Stafford campus. Your academic level is going to be freshman. Online learning, you're going to put no. You can leave these questions blank because they do not have a red asterisk next to it. You would go to the next page. Your school district is Fort Bend. You will consent. And then how do you hear about HCC? You can just put your high school counselor. Educational goal, you can put start at HCC and transfer to a university. Military status, military benefits, veteran status, and then readmissions process you do not need to do. So then you would click Done. And now your application is ready to submit. So now you would push submit this application, answer the questions, and then submit your HCC application. And you are done. Very simple. After you have completed your Houston Community College application and submitted, you will need to wait a few days until you receive an email from Houston Community College. You will receive an email from Apply Texas that states you have submitted your application. You will then need to wait for your email from Houston Community College regarding your HCC ID number. Once you have your HCC ID number, you can then proceed to the rest of the application process, when it comes to the dual credit process. Okay, so assuming you now have your HCC ID, we can move on to the required paperwork. Now, there are two ways to access this paperwork. Number one, you can see Miss Warren in the College Center and she can give you a packet, or you can access online. So these are the forms that you will need. You will need to submit your HCC dual credit waiver form, your FERPA release form, your dual credit student commitment statement, your official PSAT scores downloaded from College Board, an unofficial transcript downloaded from Skyward under Portfolio, and then lastly, a bacterial meningitis vaccine shot record. And this is only if you are planning to take courses at an HCC campus. So this is if you are planning to take summer courses and you're choosing to take them at HCC, not online. If you are planning on just taking English dual credit during the school year at Dulles High School, you do not need to submit the bacterial meningitis paperwork. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the first one. The first one is the HCC dual credit waiver form, and it looks similar to this. You will again put the date, your name, the HCC ID number that you've received, your graduation year, the high school and district, which is Dulles High School Fort Bend ISD. You will then include the following courses that you would like to sign up for. So if you're planning on doing English dual credit, you will put fall for the semester. You will put English 1301. Your high school course will be English 4A. And the location is going to be high school. You will do the same for the spring semester. You will include, sorry about that, English 1302, and then English 4B. And you will type high school. If you are choosing to take summer courses as well, you will need to include this on the waiver. Again, all courses need to be submitted on one waiver approval form. So for example, if you're choosing to take economics or government over the summer, you would type summer, type the HCC course, so government, and that would be 2301, and then it's going to be government. And then you will either choose HCC campus or HCC online, depending on which courses you are choosing to sign up for. Okay. So that is the waiver form you will need to print. Make sure you sign and your parent sign, and then when you turn it in to me, I will also sign it to approve. The next thing that you will need to submit is your FERPA release form. Sorry about that. You'll need to do your name. You'll need to print this out, or if you have a copy from me, you'll need to fill it out. And you'll need to answer all the questions and submit it. You will need to sign the dual credit commitment statement. Please make sure that you are reading through this carefully. You need to ensure that you are willing to take on this responsibility before signing up for dual credit classes. The next one is going to be downloading your PSAT scores from College Board or your SAT scores, depending on which one you're submitting for approval. So you can simply go to the College Board website and click on Student Score Reports. Now, this will require you to log into your College Board account. If you do not remember your username and password, you will need to reset that. Please do not make a new account. You will not be able to find your scores, okay? Also, this is not something myself or your counselors can find. It is your responsibility to contact College Board directly to find your student account. The next thing that you will need to submit is your unofficial transcript. You can actually download a copy from Skyward under Portfolio. Okay. The next thing is your meningitis vaccine, and this is only if you are planning to take courses at HCC campus again, okay? So those are all the forms that you will need to submit. Once you are finished with your Go Apply Texas application and you have all forms submitted or completed, You will submit the paperwork online and to Ms. Warren. The online form is found through this website. Click on the Office 365 form. The form is going to be 2 pages. It will require you to download a PDF version of all these forms. Okay, so you can download the forms here. You can also see what needs to be included in order to be a complete application. You will do your first name, your last name, your Dulles High School student ID. Dulles High School, not your HCC. So I'm just going to put an example in. The next page, you will upload your files, okay? Please do not screenshot or take pictures of these forms. They must be PDF versions. Again, I will not accept, I will simply delete your application if you are submitting pictures or screenshots. They must be PDF versions of these forms, okay? So you will upload all forms and then you will submit. Once you have uploaded all your forms, you will gather your paper forms and you will submit the original copies to Mrs. Warren in the College Center. Again, you can scroll through this website if you need further help with filling out your dual credit waiver form or just any information and resources that you need on completing your application. If you are working through your HCC application and you would like a paper version of how to go through the application, you can download a copy right here. So just going through the deadlines once again, you will need to submit your HCC application by February 23rd, and you will need to submit your application to Mrs. Warren by March 4th in order to be considered. There are 150 spots for dual credit English, so please make sure you are submitting early so you can be considered. Okay, so the last thing you need to do is make sure that your email address is updated on Naviance. When you log into Naviance, you can do that through your OneLink account. You will select About Me, you will select My Account, and then you will simply edit your contact information. Please make sure you are updating your email address to a personal email address, one that you are checking often. This is how I will be communicating to you on whether or not you've been approved for the dual credit program. Alrighty, folks, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to see me, Mrs. Warren, in the College Center or send me an email about anything I've spoken about today.